Alright, what's up, fuckers and fuckettes? Right, I've taken some time during this final showdown to get an idea what sort of questions people have, as well as what sort of units people have, and that sort of thing. So, there's a lot to cover, and I'll try and fly through it as quick as I can. But if there's anything you sort of miss or need to go over again, then just obviously rewind the video. Any other questions after the video, feel free to drop it in the comments. So, starting off, one of the most popular questions I've seen is what is the most amount of bonus you can get? Answer to that is simple. Combo goes up to combo 5, that's 250%. So each time you do a complete run through of Showdown, that increases 50% each time, max 250. You then have the 200% bonus that you can get for 50 gold, I think. Pretty sure it is. So 50 gold, 200% for 6 hours. Right, then you've got the 50 and 60 for 50 and 60. 50 and 10, making 60 for 4 days. That one's 40, that one's 10. You probably know about it, so sorry, 50 gold, I think. I can't fucking remember unless that. Yeah, no, sorry. Right. That one's 40 gold. The 200% is 40 gold. That one's 50 gold. That one's 10 gold. Okay. Got myself fucking confused there. Right. So, yeah, the maximum you can have then, if you've got the 250, is 510%. You can, at that point, if you so choose, repeat the bonus base. Yeah, so if you obviously get the 250%, you can do the bonus base over and over again. You'll get 2.5 million XP per base. Obviously, the bonus is not included unless you do the full run through. If you do the full run through over and over again, by the time you get back to the top base there, it's just over 5 million that you get. So if you're trying to be more efficient and get the most amount of XP in the least amount of time, I would recommend doing the bonus base over and over again. Just be careful of the timer. Obviously, you need to complete another full run before that timer runs out. Otherwise, you lose your boost and you got to start all over again. But as long as you do a full run within that timer, doesn't matter how many times you just do the bonus base on its own. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. So, in terms of units I'll be using, obviously I'll cover this one in more detail. I can't remember exactly what's included in the starter pack that Kixeye gave out. I'm pretty sure it's mainly these, bar Braden. Obviously I'll show you how I use Braden, but for the most part I'll be using... I can't even remember if Jenny's on it. I think she is. I know Devon's not, but I'll explain that later in the video. Kayla might be on that offer, I think. I don't think Tony is, but Tony's not necessarily needed. So, tech that I've got on him, it's all the hero gear. I do have the faction, well, the new faction tech on Laura, but I won't be using it. And yeah, you can see basically they've all got the hero gear. Okay. So, I'll explain basically, how you get through each one further in the video, or as we get to each base. If you've got the original Jericho, I haven't got his tech leveled up, but you can obviously tie him in and use the rapid fire tech. Something that probably not a lot of people thought about. Where is he? There he is. So, the Fury tactic. Okay. Increases reload speed by 500% for 4 seconds. If you've got it maxed, then 7 seconds. Okay, so if you're nearing the end of the third wave, obviously it's always tougher. You want that extra boost to really give the the last boss of that base, good hammering, then maybe, obviously, if you got Jericho and that tech, that would be a good little add-on for you. Right. So, area units I'm using, Martin is a key one. You don't have to have him, but he does make it easier. Forest, if you don't have him, again, not overly important. I won't be using Ariata, just because obviously most people might not have him, so I'll have her. So I'll just take her out for now. Tony and Forest, you put together. Okay. So Tony basically speeds up the rate at which Forest releases his aggressors. Alright. If you haven't got Forest or Tony, not a massive drama. You can do it without. At least for bases 1 to 3. If you haven't got Braden, then you've got very little chance of doing the last base. Unless you've got more than, just the basic heroes that you get from that offer. Fucking hell, 6 minutes of straight talking. If you've lasted this long, fair play to you. Right, so that covers just about everything there. I'll crack on with the video. I'll explain or give a commentary for the first one, for the first base. After that, I'll put some music on. Alright, so I can stop fucking talking. So, moving on. Where's the base one? There's the base one. So, the units again. Burnside, Luke. Ignore Braden. Obviously, I'll effectively cover 2 methods in one video. So, Burnside, Luke, Laura, Jenny. You can do this with or without her. Devon, you can do this with or without. Kayla, I'm almost certain she's in the starter pack, so I'll use her. Tony, who I don't think he is, but I'll show you a method with him. And I'll probably leave Jericho out of it for now anyway. So, first base, obviously you spawn this top corner. By now, you will know this. So, what you want to do, you need a diversion, and you need a front line. So, what you do, obviously remember your hotkeys, D button for defensive. Let's just put Braden way over here. He's out of the way. Right, if you are using Jenny, the units automatically go for her. They prioritize her over Devon. So if you're using both, it's Jenny that you need to cover. So you put your Burnside down here. Alright, keep him just at a range of the Overwatch. Same with Luke. Same with Laura. Okay, this is your front line. Alright, so basically anything to come out has to get past those 3. Okay, next. Right, if you have got Kayla, great. You keep her in the back, round about here. She's got the range to fire over. If you're using Devon instead of Jenny, fine. Whatever decoy you're using, there are several that you can use. Even something like Ardra, they prioritize her. Just work out what these units are going for, stick it at the back. Okay, in terms of air, this is the best one, right? Martin, if you've got him, as you know, will cause cryo. So, you keep him at the front here, and he creates a nice slippery slope. Okay, so he slows everything down. You can obviously pair him with the electric ops. That way you have both cryo and shock. So, get used to using the 2 together. Okay, obviously shock ops is generally better. But, cryo works on the big fucking tanks with shit tons of health. Whereas, obviously, they can't be shocked. So, this is what you're doing in every base. Basically, front line, diversion, keep Tony and Forest at the back if you're using them. If you don't have them, then just ignore this bit. You don't need it. You know, you don't even need Martin. Literally, if all you had was Kayla, these three, which you get in the offer, and Devin or some other decoy unit, that's all you need. Alright. Luke's just taking a bit of splash damage. That's about 1 second, same as Burnside there. Alright. But it's literally as easy as this. Even if they're not maxed out, but like level 8 or 9, it still works. It's just they might get a little bit further up. Okay. If you have Braden, this is the bit where it gets really interesting. Where is he? There he is. So, if you have Braden, as long as he's level 6, this is the bit where you get to have fun. You can be a lot less careful about your setup here. You know, you just need, you know, Devin and whatever else. Then you just pick the rest apart using Braden. The only thing I can really say on this is don't go too far too fast. Right, the rest kind of speaks for itself. You know, you target the thing that's going to damage you most. Once you got that down, you just pick off everything else before you move in range of whatever's going to hit you next. Okay. So, with each bit, you just move a little bit further forward and you just sweep. Don't forget the importance of taking out the power. You create that low power effect, and obviously it slows their rate of fire, thus taking less damage. Okay. If you are doing wave by wave, I don't have Braden, then make sure when the blackout comes out, make sure that your units are not just left to their own devices, they will automatically target the blackout drones. So what you do there is you select them all, you know, hold spacebar, hover over them all, select the blackout, and it will be dead in a few seconds. Alright, so there's 2 methods of doing it in one video. You're welcome. So, I'll be using the very same tactic in the 2 and 3. The bonus base, obviously I'll be doing it the way I normally do, with all the extra heroes. If enough people need it, look at that, 2 seconds, and okay, 7 minutes on that one. What took the damage? So yeah, combination of splash on the front line, and yeah, a couple of minutes on Braden, so still free repair. Notice, if you haven't watched my previous videos, my gold did not go down. It's 7 minutes, it's not free repair if you use gold. Fuck off. Right. If no gold gets used, it's still free repair. Don't care what anybody says. If you got the glitch, then use it. Right, second base. I'll stick some music on for this one, but I'm doing exactly the same thing. All I'll say is that in this one, obviously they spawn from both sides, so what you want to do is bring them down to this bottom corner here, and what will happen is they'll get to about here, and then move down. So you've got this area here, which is just a kill zone, okay? You create that funnel, you know, the choke point, and you just fucking slaughter them. So, I'll stick some music on, the rest is self-explanatory, and I can finally stop fucking talking. 14 minutes in so far, so yeah. Alright, enjoy.
Yeah. Unknown Brain. Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
I know that I
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you frowning, see you looking down and out. Coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily influenced. All the times you told me beat it, now you gotta face the music, I'm saying
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games, yeah. I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side, no. You did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye.
Right, in that second base, obviously, you saw me finish it off with Braden, or do the whole thing with Braden. If you're doing the waves, just basically ignore the bit I did with Braden. Everything up to that point, you create that setup, you put your decoy out, create that front line defense, and wave after wave will just basically die against it. Okay, you might take some damage when Onyx comes out. Obviously, when I started the showdown, I didn't have Braden at level 6, so I couldn't use him, and it worked for me, so it should work for you guys. Alright, just wanted to point that out, because I didn't actually mean to finish the base that quick. It's just, I don't want to fucking have a 30-minute video that you guys are just going to sort of skip through and get bored with. So, there you go. What am I looking for? Number 3. There's a number 3. That's the bit where in my blindness there's a number 3 right under me. About the same distance. That's fine. Right, so yeah, back to the music.
Now I gotta say goodbye.
Pausing again. Right, in this one, which I've just remembered, obviously you spawn part way down. If you're not that good with controlling units yet, it's completely understandable. Then I would suggest just keeping them here. And then, hang on, let me just get some of these out. Right, yeah, so you keep them here, and you just create the defensive line in a bit of a semicircle. Alright. Obviously, notice I keep Ruby on. I just use the D button to keep him on defensive. And then Luke here. Alright, let's put Braden, way up there, so he's out of the way. Alright. So that's ultimately what you want to achieve. Doing it this way, you can kind of keep Kayla in Tony's aura if you're using Tony. So that way she fires a bit faster, because that's basically what Tony's doing, increasing sort of, rate of fire, that sort of thing. Fucking can't think of the word. So if you need to, obviously you expand it, you pull them out a bit. You keep these two separate if you're using both, or if you're using one, just keep it out of the way. And then the rest speaks for itself. So you want to keep Martin close to the front, and that way they're getting slowed down enough for these three to just pick off. Alright, nice and easy. So while I'm doing the base, I'm trying not to hit any units, so that basically one strategy doesn't conflict with the other. Okay, because obviously this strategy, just doing the waves, is irrelevant of the base. Okay, you're not going close enough to the turrets for them to matter, so if they're not there, it doesn't affect this strategy. Okay, So. Yeah, these little buggy things are a pain in the ass. But, oh well. Right, so, yeah. Just wanted to point that out. What you can also do, if you're slightly better with unit positioning, is move into this top corner. So you put your decoy in the corner, and, you know, you just sort of put one there, one front line there, one front line there. You know, use Luke in the middle, because he's the more powerful of the three. So, okay, I didn't even do that on this one. Well, I'm pretty sure Luke's the more powerful. Yeah, not overly important, but, you know, you want your strongest assets doing most of the damage. Right, see Martin's taking a little bit of damage, so you just move him back a little bit. Alright, if you've got Galen, the caretaker hero, you could use him as a sort of one-off to get past a certain bit. You know, he's not going to last very long. His stats are shit at the moment, well, these days. Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, use whatever you've got. I'm trying to do this as close to the starter pack, which in theory everyone should have. Even I got the offer. I just can't remember exactly what was on it because I just kind of clicked on it for the repair platoon logistic and that was it. But I'm trying to keep as close to that as I possibly can. Alright, but for those of you who have everything and just struggling for strategy, that's where Braden comes into it. But if you don't have Braden at level 6, that's got to be your first priority. Because then for the next 2 days, you can just, you know, you can literally just use Braden on his own. Without a decoy or anything else. You know, you can literally just get through the base that quick that you'll be done with it by the end of wave 1. And there's nothing really, you know, strong enough to take you out in that time that you can't outrun. You know, so you just do laps of the base and pick bits off. You know, it's that simple. Alright, but notice that I'm not giving Braden a chance to shoot any... Okay, I slightly did there. Yeah, not giving him a chance to shoot any of the units that are coming out to attack the other strategy. So I'm keeping the two separate. Okay. So, right, back to the music until I finish this one.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Oh no.
Right, one thing I forgot is that if I hadn't have done that for a strategy, there would be turrets here. So while you're moving your decoy around, whether it's Devon or Jenny, I expected them to go more for Jenny. Apparently they chose Devon this time. In previous tests they went for Jenny, so that was kind of weird. So you just keep them moving and you will eventually kill them, as proven. Just don't go all the way up here like I did. You know, imagine those are still there. Just use, you know, this area. There's plenty of space to move around in without getting hit by the turrets. But as you can see, he doesn't really know what to do. Yes, you're gonna take damage. Yeah, most of it will still be free repair. There you go. So that's both strategies in one. Just as I said, you know, don't, you know, take your Devon or whatever decoy you're using into range of the turrets. I just forgot about that bit as I was doing it. You can keep them moving within plenty of space. If you've got a few more heroes to chuck in, great. You know, but that being the third base, you know, you're going to do 1 to 3, then you're going to repair and restart. The first two you can do with, you know, next to no damage or free repair. Okay, so you get to this point and then, you know, you're going to restart. Alright. So, just thought I'd point that bit out. So now, I don't really use my air, so that's fine. That would have time to, you know, repair. What I'll do is see what I can micro repair in here, but again, I'm going to use very little out of these. Okay, so let's take him out, so, okay, and Luke. Right, so, right, so Kayla will put in another one. She's going to be your biggest repair. Tony is 20 minutes, 18 minutes. Okay, and then who was it? Braden. Oh, and Luke. So Luke will be free repair. And Braden, free repair. Okay. Also, you can use Malcolm. He's not quite irrelevant yet. So if you've got him, or if he comes with the offer, I can't remember, chuck him in there as well. These can all go in the same plat together, or in the same squad. Alright. If you got any of the others, like Nick or Matt, use them as well. Alan is pretty much irrelevant, you know, look at the damage. Mikey, he's not irrelevant, so if you've got him, use him, because he makes a massive difference in that third base. You know, I wouldn't have taken nearly as much if I had him, but I wasn't sure if he came with the offer, so that's why I didn't use him this time. But for the rest of this, yeah, I'll do it without Tony. but I will be using Kobayashi and Karen. Okay. If there's enough comments down below, then I will find a way of doing the bonus base using the same units. You know, the same units I was just using. There should be a way, I just don't know what that is yet, because I haven't tried. If there's enough people who need it, then I will try. Okay? But for this one, I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it. You know, I don't use, well, you don't need hardly any of these. I'll just keep them in there for the sake of it. Yeah, I did put Jenny back in. So, yeah. Leonard's another good decoy if you haven't got Devin. Jenny is a high priority decoy. Nick you can also use because he's not quite irrelevant. He's not great, but he's not quite irrelevant. I suppose what I could do real quick. So Jeff, obviously he's good, being a recent one. Bub is quite handy to get you out of a tricky spot. Jenny, already covered her. Devin, he's obvious. Laura is a good one to use. Obviously you can see her stats there at level 10. So she's pretty good. Braden's obvious. Leonard, you know, he's alright as a decoy if you haven't got Devin or Jenny, but you know, you got to be careful because his stats suck. Malcolm, you know, he's quite good. You put him sort of close to the front line, further back because he's got better range. You know, he's on 575 plus any tech. Laura's 500. For example, Santiago, don't bother. Skipjack, don't bother. Burnside, stats speak for themselves, so you can use him. Just keep him, you know, way up the front. Good DPS, shit range. Max, again, pretty good if you're in the tight spot. You know, maybe use him in that third base. You know, just send him at the tanks. You know, he'll soak up a little bit of damage. The war dogs he spawns will again soak up a bit of damage. Buy you some time basically. Weaver, he's got the Liberator Shield for any older players. So you know, for the first few seconds you can use him. You know, he can buy you. I think his shield lasts 10 seconds. I think his personal shield. And that's, you know, as soon as he takes one hit. You know, so as long as it doesn't glitch and he insta dies, then you know, use his shield for that 10 seconds, and you know, it's a bit of bonus for you. And there's Luke's stats at level 10. So again, very good DPS, good range, targets, everything, land down air. Good health as well. All the others here, not worth going into. Obviously, SF heroes, just, yeah. Vehicles, the three obvious ones. Right, so there's Kayla at level 5. You know, not the best by any means. I'm pretty sure she doesn't come with the offer, actually, so if she doesn't, just, you know, if you haven't got her, you can't use her. If you do, fuck it, use her. Why not? The other irrelevant ones, Alan is mostly irrelevant. You know, shit DPS, shit health. You know, wouldn't bother using him. Andrew's pretty good, so use him if you've got him. He's quite an old one, so you know, unless you've only started in the past sort of few weeks or so and you haven't had the chance to get him yet, then you know, fair enough, tough shit. But if you've got him, use him. Tony, you just use him for his buffs. Kyle, absolutely crap, don't bother. Galen, about the same, but you know, again, he can buy you a couple of seconds, but you know, it's sacrificial. Polly, utterly crap, don't bother. Nick, you can see there. Mikey, you can see there. You know, Mikey's definitely very fucking good. Matt, not great, but again, he can get you out of a tight spot if you've got him low level. Not sure what his stats are leveled up because I haven't got him leveled up yet. Working on it. Sunder, Roland, and Ardra. Roland and Ardra make good decoys for older players with, low-level heroes. So if you've got these two, you can use them as decoys. Just bear in mind they are slow. Sunder, absolutely crap at the moment. Very outdated, so don't bother. Same as the SF heroes, absolutely crap. Stats there for Arietta. So Forest, again, you're using him more for the aggressors. But once you level him up, his stats massively improve. Dennis, he can buy you a bit of time, that's about it. Martin, you're only using for the slow-mo and, the cryo effect. Neil can buy you maybe 5 seconds. Dylan, he's actually pretty good if you look at his stats there. So he's definitely a good one to pull in if you've got him. Rick, same again. Nyx, irrelevant. Oren, irrelevant. And that's about it. And obviously Pandora and Dina, same thing. Irrelevant. So that's every hero unit. So pick and choose with what you got, but all the ones that you can see here that are irrelevant, you can see they're irrelevant, so all you're doing is giving yourself repair time. They're not really going to help you, maybe Nyx with her drones, her mini furies. If you can get things to go after her, well, those drones, then fine. She's quick, she's agile, she can move around. So, maybe use her as a decoy if you got nothing else, but, a strong breeze and she's dead. Alright, so that just about covers all of that. Pick and choose with what you got. Meanwhile, time for the bonus base. Alright, so I'm just going in with... Oh, tell you what, I can add Tony in now. Oh, fuck off. Right. Let's just hope that hasn't glitched, because I can't be asked to restart or refresh, whatever. So I would add Salvatore into this as well, but I don't really use him in this event. And one thing you can do is, if you've got Braden at level 6 and Salvatore, for example, you can basically do the base using just those two. But for now, this is all I'll use. Okay. So this is just one of my other, well, one method of doing the bonus. Yeah, it's gonna is it? Let's find out. Okay, no, he's not back to being dead, so fuck it. Alright, there's a bonus. There's a bonus. Right, so I'll stick the music back on for this bit. Yeah, 40 minutes this video's been going on for, so if you've made it all the way through, again, fair play to you. Hope I've answered all the questions you might have about this event. If there's anything I've missed out, add it to the comments. The only thing I'll say on this base is, if you've got it, well, if you've got Braden and you're using this method, you want the base dead before wave 2, when those, tough as shit tanks come out with the purifiers. So this base can normally be killed before the purifiers spawn, but you definitely want the base dead before they get to this corner, because you're setting up here. Alright, so that's your target. Back to the music, and then, yeah, watch and see if you can copy it.
Yeah.
Right, that was close. So, that's what you want to try and aim for. Obviously, I spent more time setting up at the start than I normally would, because, you know, obviously I had more units in there than I normally would. Normally that would just be pretty much Kobayashi, Karen, and Tony. Yeah, but there you go. That's how I do the bonus base. So, fucking need a drink now. Hang on. The temptation to make the slurpy sounds. Right. Obviously, that was a shitload of talking. We're at 45 minutes now. As I said, if you got any other questions, any other tips you want, any other variations in units that you could do with some advice on, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed. Hope I, didn't bore you too much with all the talking. And that all your questions are answered. And let me know what you thought. So, peace out for now, fuckers, and I'll see you in the next one.